Yo, Jess, thank you for the thank you for the dollar. It says, oh, okay. Jess, thank you for the 50. She says, Ack, I'm boycotting Drake until he gives you an interview. Stand on business. This is insulting. Yeah,
That's a fact. Talk that shit, Jess. You know that. You know that, Jess. Yeah.
yeah,
Nobody fucking bigger, Jess.
Jess, I appreciate you. I keep telling you, I have low expectations from again, everybody is on their own mission, and I don't, and truthfully, I really don't get upset at when they go to other outlets or when they're trying to attract other audiences. Yo, I think most of these rappers are self-centered. It kind of takes a narcissistic personality to be like really one of the top rappers, and it's more about checking boxes, and when it comes to promotion, hey, do I have the love of these people? Do I have the love of these people? Do I have the love of these people? And I think these days, I feel like you know, um, there's a rush for everybody to try to get this TikTok audience. You know what I mean? And
So,
again, I don't
so you
personally,
so
I don't think they should be isolating other people, but you know what I mean? Dog, I really just don't care, bro. I don't care, bro. Like,
we
I
know
feel the
you don't
point.
care,
I
Act.
feel the point that
So
I
you
care.
basically
I feel the point that I care. I'm gonna end up in the position like how I've seen, like, say, a Hot 97 is, whereas like you're upset that people aren't stopping by you and choosing newer or other outlets, and again, you either have to adapt or die, right? It was like, hey, listen, you know why they're going to those outlets. They're going to those outlets because they want that audience. If you can't connect them to that audience, how mad could you be? How about you try to figure out how to get that audience and they'll come to you if you care that much about them coming to you, right? And for me, I'm like, I think it's an experiment happening now. I think all these people that's chasing this TikTok shit, they don't realize that that TikTok shit I've never seen it affect. Listen, with all due respect to even Offset, he has been completely lit on Kai's stream, on the Bobby shit. He's been knocking it out of the park. That is not going to sell the music. It's only the music's going to sell the music. So again, I think we're in an experimentative phase where everybody's trying this new way. Like, hey, let me pander to TikTok. Let me use new flows. Let me do this to attract to the youngest of kids, and let's see if it's going to result in streams. I have yet to see it work. You could tell me if you think it works. Now, it does work when it's organic and natural and it just happened to happen, but not when people target it to do it. Gunna, fuck you mean? That blows up on TikTok. That's one of the reasons it's really successful. Did he come out and be like, oh, no, let me just do a Bobby Altoff interview. Let me check the boxes of how I could appeal to TikTok for the record to work? No, it either worked or not. So again, I don't think most of this shit works, if you ask me.
so it sounds like you saying, and I just want to be clear, but it sounds like you saying like artists will go places where they aren't really supported, other than places where they are supported.
Well, no, no. Well, plain like in plain terms, I'm saying artists aren't loyal to the platforms who have ever supported them or who still support them. Artists are always trying to connect with new audiences. You get what I mean? That's the
Okay.
point. Like, for
Hmm.
example, if they're now at the point to say, we need Kai's audience. Now, I'm telling you this, and this is respectfully. Kai's audience is not a music audience, right? They're not there saying, hey, we're just here to find new music. Think about this. We have a stream where we've been on for 6 hours. We're talking music the entire time, or we're talking about musicians. That's not what Kai's audience is. So now here's the thing. You go do a collab with Kai, yes, you got a lot of attention, but how many of those people then get converted to listening consumers of your art that you're really trying to sell? If these guys are trying to be like social media personalities, yes, it's amazing. I think they're slowly realizing that, hey, listen, it don't matter if Kai has a million people watching you and him on stream. They're just fans of the content that y'all made on stream. They're not gonna go love your music. It just doesn't work like that. Like, we're in that phase of people realizing it. If it did work like that when Blueface went on Aiden's stream and they had 300,000 people watching live, Blueface's music would have been all over the charts. This ain't like the Super Bowl. You know when it says like Mary J. Blige shows up on the Super Bowl, performs like 2 songs at Super Bowl halftime show. Her music spikes, you know what I mean? Like on iTunes and stuff like that. It doesn't work like that when it comes to, some of this TikTok streaming content. It just doesn't work like that from what I've seen. I wish I could be, if I'm wrong and I see an example I'm wrong, I'll definitely call it out. But you can't tell me that anybody, and I don't care who it is, by being on any of these streams made a sizable or even noticeable difference. And the reason is that most of these people, I keep saying, most of Kai's audience are fans of Kai, and they're not necessarily music fans. It's like if you try to, I don't care if you, it's like how marketing is done. The way how marketing is done is like this, right? If I'm selling winter jackets, right? And I go through an outlet that the majority of the people that watch it are in sub-Saharan Africa, and they never need a winter jacket. Yes, my voice is being amplified to them, right? And maybe all of them see it, but how many of them are going to actually cop it? Do you get what I'm saying? And that's the only point about like streaming and stuff like that, right? Again, I think it's a great way to show people's personality, but I think sometimes these artists are using it as the only promotion tool for their music, which I think is blatantly incorrect. I think if y'all doing a Bobby Althoff interview, you should want to do something like what Offset did, was you're showcasing your personality. That's nothing about music. You're showcasing your personality. Cool. Bet. You doing Kai's stream, you're showcasing that, like, that was so dope that Offset showcased that, like, bro, I could hang. Fire. Love it. Now, you have to still present and sell your music. Like, it doesn't mean because you check those 2 boxes means that, and again, maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen it yet. So, we're going to go through this phase and then we're going to see what happens next. And by the way, Offset, he's expected to sell 85K. From what I'm hearing, and I even spoke to his label, his art is getting good response. He's been rapping up to a certain level. He's been putting out music up to a certain level. And word of mouth, I always say, once an album drops, word of mouth either helps the projections go up or it's going to help the projections go down. In Offset's case, it clearly helped the projections go up. So I'm going to give him credit for actually dropping a pretty good album.